Hi there, welcome to the second episode of JiraTrix, where we decode the Jira matrix with weekly tips and tricks. I'm David. I've been using Jira for more than 10 years, and today I'm going to talk about forms in Jira Service Management. Let's have a little flashback. In 2020, Atlassian launched Jira Service Management, the version of Jira focused on ITSM. And the following year, 2021, they bought a company called ThinkTilt, which made a cool app named ProForma. And basically, it's the integration of ProForma into Jira Service Management Cloud that gave us what we know today as forms. At Apwide, when we launched our customer portal, we were receiving bug reports with missing information. For instance, our customers that were on Jira Data Center forgot to add their Jira versions. But at the same time, we didn't want to add the Jira versions to all our customers because it makes no sense when our customers are on Jira Cloud. That's why we implemented forms where we can dynamically ask new questions or display notifications based on the previous answers. Here you can see that that's the form in the end, and if the customer clicks on Cloud, there is a new question asking for the URL of the Jira Cloud instance. If the customer clicks on Server, then we ask for the Jira versions. Same here, if we click on Internet Explorer, we have that message, and if the priority is low, there is no additional question, but if it's medium, then suddenly we ask the nature of the impact on the customer or business. So that's how it works, and it's very easy to implement. So in your service portal, in your service project, in the setup, you go under the forms section and you have the list of all your forms. If I take the additional information, the one we just saw, we see that that's the setup. So it's quite easy to add a field. It's really no code. So if I want to add a date, I can add it like this. I can put it a label, a description. It's also possible to link to a Jira field, and that part is very important so that the information that is added by your customer in the field will be automatically pushed into a Jira field, an already existing Jira field. I like it, and the really cool stuff is the conditional sections. So as you can see here, I have added a section. I have added a condition. So when the priority is highest, high, or medium, automatically I'm going to display that part of the form. Otherwise, it will be hidden for the customer. And then you can really play with the condition. That's something that I like a lot. And when the customer is going to fill in the form and submit the request, we'll have something like this. So that's a Jira ticket that has been created. We have the standard part of the ticket based on the JSM request, and then the form. And if we can have one or several forms for the same request, and I can have a look of all what was added by the customer, as well as the Jira version. I saw that he got the notification message. So it's really like a screenshot of what was entered in the form by the customer. And then all the fields, if they are mapped with Jira fields, then the information will be pushed into some Jira fields. That's basically how it works. So very easy to set up. What I like is really the conditional sections, as I explained. I like also the attachment field, and that's something we are recommending for our file field customers that are moving to the cloud. So now I think it's a few months ago, it was shipped. You can add some attachment fields. So if I want one field for the CV and maybe another field for the recommendation letter, I can add several attachment fields. The only issue is that then, as soon as it's converted into a ticket, it will push all the information in the standard attachment field. So they will be again all together. But let's say you have the first part of what our File Field app does on Server and Data Center. So the File Field app is really a new type of custom field where you can store different fields, and you can ask your customers to put their files in different fields, and then they are also in different fields in Jira. That's something, the second part, you don't have it, but still we are really pushing our customers who are migrating to cloud to use and to leverage as much as possible forms, because it's a very great tool. The things that are not so perfect, it's first of all, you don't have them on the Jira Mobile App. And that's a big minus for me, because when I'm doing support from my mobile app, I need to access the form information. And currently, I have to open the browser and go into the desktop version in order to retrieve the Jira version. So that's not convenient at all. I hope soon it will be integrated fully with the Jira Mobile App. And also, I feel that the integration of the fields, of the Jira fields, could be better. So when I add a field here, it's fine to be able to add some forms field, but I would like to see also my Jira field, so that if I use a Jira field, automatically it's going to retrieve all the options, if it's a Dropbox, for instance, and then the mapping will be done then automatically, and I will not have to go in each field and map it with the corresponding Jira field. So that's something that I hope will come at some point. But yeah, overall, it's a great tool. I highly recommend it. And there you have it, quick tour of forms. If you want more videos like this one, drop a comment and click on subscribe. Thanks for watching.